Hiei, finally making an appearance, strikes down, hopping into the initiative tracker. He locks eyes with Monako, who is stunned in fear as he uses his action, his movement, to begin to walk away. So he's left that map, but he hasn't made it to the next section since he used his action to teleport. So, and his turn has ended. So up next, it is Horatio's turn. I'm sorry, it is Monaco's turn. So Monako, you are currently stunned for your entire in fear, seeing of all people Hiei making an appearance in front of you from the now transformed spire. You see him walk off towards your base, and at the end of your turn, I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw. But now you don't have to do it at disadvantage. 14, that is a failure, so you are still stunned there in fear.
Monako just stares at his back as he's leaving, shaking and unable to operate.
Alright. Horatio, you're up next.
So I'm still holding concentration on Buddy Old Pal.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm going to take 2 steps, or 1 step to the right, just in case he tries to get out of my range. And I will continue the Witch Bolt.
Alright. Describe your killing blow.
Well, he's had this crackling beam of lightning on him for a couple of rounds now, and he kind of just does one more thrust forward, and like this, that lightning amplifies, and he just starts like electrocuting.
Your wishbow strikes down onto the Cloud Dancer. He gets electrified and unable to move anymore, but still clawing and scratching with his bare nails at this point as against the wall as he falls down. And you just smell the stench of singed flesh as his body falls down onto the ground.
And then he will turn over and look at the other dancer and say, "You're next."
Dang, that's cold.
Passing the turn, up next is top of the round, Duran.
Duran is going to dash to this dancer over here. So he hasn't continued his dance, so...
So then you fall back onto the ground, so you're now touching the ground as your cloud dancing has finished.
Alright, Duran's going to take the long way around. He's going to go down, around, and he's going to accost this fighter over here.
It's a 23. Roll damage. 12 points of damage. Ouch. Successfully hitting with your first strike. Attack again.
He also takes 5 points of magnetic damage.
Indeed.
He strikes again.
19. That hits. 10 points of damage with the strike. And the blade begins to spin faster and faster. Roll your kinetic strike. Well, 11 more points of damage. Ouch.
And with his bonus action, Duran also strikes.
Okay. 24. Go ahead and roll that attack again for an additional 12 points of damage. And then with the kinetic strike, 7 more. Ouch. So you just pulverize this flame demon dancer with an attack after attack, slashing and scratching his clothing, his skin, his flesh. Just blood starts to pour out. But he doesn't lock eyes onto you, so he continues looking at the stone wall that was beginning to crumble.
Something's not right, Duran says in brain chat to the team. They seem to be fighting without any will or any concern for their own safety.
I'll respond, we knew this was a battle to the death. They've discarded their emotion.
No, this is something else. They do not even flinch when the blade tears their skin.
So, up next, King. Healing from your demon dancing and your dominion. What do you do?
I am first going to have Chastafel fly from the forest and smash into the one of these that looks weaker.
The Mist Demon Dancer looks pretty bad.
We'll target him and call forth Chastafel with a few flicks of my wrist.
28. Roll that damage.
And I cast this at a 4th level, so it's higher.
With 12 points of damage. So Chastafel goes and impales the Mist Dancer, who's looking really hurt.
And then I'll hold my hand out directly or I'll, holding Chastful, I'll hold it out directly to it and say, crumble, and a puff of golden smoke will smash into his face, and I'll cast Sacred Flame.
He succeeded with a 20. So striking the Mist Dancer, you impale him with Chastifold. It comes out, and then you begin to summon your Sacred Fade beneath his feet, but he notices it and jumps back as it ignites like a geyser, missing the foe.
I will use my movement to continue my Royal Dominion Waltz, and re-enable the regen effect on myself and Cal, and then I'll end my turn.
Alright. Up next is the Mist Dancer. He will bonus action disengage and dash away, going off the map towards his base. Oh, alright. Ending his turn. Up next is Kai. Kai's going to turn around and assist Duran. He will reach out and say, King, Cal, are you two alright? Monako, are you all alright?
Yeah, we're fine.
Monako! Ugh, something's wrong. She's not answering. And he'll go ahead and strike at advantage. So the Fire Demon Dancer is looking pretty rough, and you see him huffing and puffing, and you just hear all throughout the broadcast, Monako, answer! Monako! As he continue doing a floor of attacks, striking as lightning begins to shoot off from his body and from his weapon, striking electrical attacks onto his assailant as he's in anger, stabbing, no longer holding the restraint he did before. Cal, you're up next. Getting healed by the Dominion, and only seeing one of the dancers in your path. What do you do?
I'm going to... How does that dancer look? He's taken just a little bit of damage, right?
Yeah, he looks fresh.
Okay. I'm going to do my best to protect King by... I'm going to stay where I'm at, but I'm going to shoot the Demon Dancer.
Alright. Go ahead and make your attack. So it was a natural 20 and a natural 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a natural 20 you go, releasing the bullet, it flies straight and true directly into the heart of this Demon Dancer. You hear him go, ugh! Go ahead and roll your damage. 20 points of damage as his body is struck by the magical energies.
And then that second one basically blew the revolver up a little bit.
Yeah. Your second shot, though, jams as you go cock it and shoot again. It explodes into your face, not doing any damage, but damaging the weapon itself.
Oh, shit. And then I take the other revolver and fire it off as well.
Alright.
For my bonus action shot.
Pulling out your other magical revolver, you take another shot. Go ahead and roll that attack. 10.
Ugh.
Do you wish to use your Vagary point? You don't have any more left.
I've used them all, yeah.
Okay.
But what I can do is use my Channel Divinity.
Alright.
And add 10 to my
So
roll
that's
with the guided strike. So it would make it 20.
Dirty 20. Alright.
The dirtiest of 20s.
But you go ahead and using the guiding essence of holy energy of Kelenvor, the scales tip into your favor, pushing the bullet directly onto his chest where you had shot him before, and doing damage again. Go ahead and make your attack. Another 9 points of damage as he begins bleeding out of a chest cavity. He starts panting.
We're getting him there, King. Hold on.
Alright. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that'll end my turn, because that's action, bonus, and my movement is dancing still.
Alright, it's Ren's turn. I'm gonna have Ren roll a perception check. Okay. Ren sees the Flame Demon Dancer currently run up and get engaged by both Kai and Duran. She goes to do the same before stopping, looking off into the distance. No. Fucking hell no. Guys, bad news. I think I see. It's Hiei. He's coming. He'll be here any moment. Prepare yourselves. And she runs off to meet him in the middle of the map, so she basically disappears off the map. And she'll end her turn. The Flame Demon Dancer is going to look around him. For the master, the true Daimyo. And he begins to dance around in his spot, activating his vagary. You see flames go around from his his sword that were there before instead start to go into his hand. He then releases a large blast of fireball from his fist, doing a martial arts spin, shooting it up.
Can that be counterspelled?
No, this is not a spell. These are vagaries. So he does 21 points of damage to the wall as he fires off a volley of flames in a martial arts style dance. Still not enough to break it, though. He will attempt to run away, try to get closer. So you and both of you get Duran and Kai get attacks at advantage against him.
Yes, Duran will react with violence.
Okay, 16, so that he hits, and he does 10 points of damage. And yours is a 27, which hits, but you get at advantage, so get all your elven accuracy. Go ahead and roll your damage. Alright, he is looking really rough. He is limping away, as he kind of just hobbles away. I'm gonna have him use an athletic check to see if he can jump up and climb his way up to the wall, since he can't pass through Horatio. 24. He picks himself up, and Horatio you see passing next to you. And he gets one more. So you can... No, he's not outside of your attack range, so you can't make an opportunity attack. But he does get next to you and begin to start to demon dance again, seemingly to unfurl another firebolt onto this wall. But he is as if he had 1 HP left. Alright. So the Storm Dancer is going to retreat. The Master beckons. And he's going to disengage and dash away. After taking damage from your Spiritual Guardian.
They're running away from us.
Monako, at the end of your turn, once again, roll me another Wisdom saving throw. And that succeeds. So, finally, with your dirty 20, you're able to break free from the malicious stare that was inflicted upon you by Hiei. Coming to your senses, you see he is well off past your first spire and making your way into base. Looking off into the distance, roll me a perception check really quick. 16. You can see that he meets up with another person. You're not sure who it is from this distance, but it seems that they're engaged in a battle. But that was at the end of your turn. But you can feel free to now use free actions to respond to anything. You did hear the calling of all your allies.
He's coming.
And you all hear Monaco's cry in your minds.
Horatio would reply, Monako, just meet with King and Cal. We'll hold them off here.
You don't understand.
And he will turn and look at the demon dancer right in front of him. And he says, do not force my hand. Just surrender. Leave with your life.
He ignores you and continues going, performing his dance to shoot another fire blast at the wall.
This is madness. And he's just going to magic missile him.
Alright.
He would say, I'm sorry.
Describe your killing blow.
He points his hand forward and just lets out one bolt.
And the bolt gets shot out and it strikes him straight into the chest, blasting a hole through it. And he goes, ah! And he falls to his knees and down into the ground.
And do I see Hiei?
Roll me a perception check. No, you're too high up in the back. A lot of things happening, a lot of commotion. You're not able to make him out.
All right. He's not within 120 feet?
I would say perhaps he might be. You can't really judge that because from your vantage, you can't see him. There's a lot of walls and things in your way.
All right. Well, that's the end of my turn.
All right. Top of the round. Duran.
Duran is going to use his action to set up one of the Duran decoys.
Okay.
We must not lose the element of surprise to him. He's a formidable warrior. We must give this everything we have. This ends here.
Okay, using your action, you set up the decoy, and then for a second, all of you make a double take. You're like, what? Oh, and you realize it's just a dummy, but it's a very well-crafted dummy by Duran. Almost like a mirror image of him.
Duran's going to set up the dummy, and then he's going to... this area here seems like it's not exact. He's going to make a stealth check. He's going to hide and get ready to jump Hiei when he shows up.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check. 29. Yes, you are extremely stealthful. As you hide behind one of the rock pillars, you feel that you're unseen, and the rest of you are unable to catch where Duran ducked into. But you know how crafty and stealthy he is, knowing that he's waiting to strike. Anything else you wish to do, Duran?
Duran steels himself for the battle to come and passes turn.
All right. King, healing up from your dominion, what do? Both of the assailants have disappeared and run off the map.
I am going to hold my turn and ready a spell to cast after Cal has completed his turn. And a fairy ring of mushrooms start to grow around us in a circle, slowly start to grow up from the ground.
All right. What spell are you holding, or do you want to message it to me?
Dimension Door.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to... Looking at the large map, knowing that we're on the other side, we should be able to bamf into their base behind the walls is where I'm trying to go. And because Dimension Door doesn't require you to see, I can just picture the direction and the place in my mind. So I'm picturing 500 feet in that direction as far as it can go.
All right.
So that will be my turn. Yep.
Okay. So, preparing your Dimension Door, the Mist Dancer will take his turn. His turn is now complete. Walking up, engage in a battle with Ren. You see Ren suddenly stops in movement, similar to what happened to Monako, and is unable to move. Sit down, child. The adults are talking. And he continues walking. Stepping into your base, you all can now see Hiei with his dark, infernal eyes, with red beads inside of him, scanning the area. He sees Kai, who looks in disdain and disgust at his uncle, and then looks at Horatio. I was a little bored, so I thought, why not bring the party here? Your defenses are weak. My men have already turned all of your spires. It's easy pickings. I'll just pluck you all up one by one and corrupt your Shadowstone, ending this phallus. And he is going to use his movement to... Yeah, he gets about where he is right now. At the entrance of your base, begins dancing around, activating speaking something in Infernal, before Kai looks over and says, he's activating his vagary! And you notice that his demonic left hand begins to glow, and he shoots off a reddish purple blast, similar to the same chaotic energy you all witnessed when you fought Deja Vu, towards the rock pillar that King has put up, and he's aiming at the weakened area. All right. Doing 56 points of damage, and you see that the one wall that King has put up shatters into pieces, opening up. The glittering light from the white shadow stone now shines through. Hiei smiles and starts to begin to walk further up, ending his turn. Our next up is Kai. Damn you, Hiei! Damn you! And he's going to use his full movement. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Ooh, that just gets him out of range. He'll action dash just so he gets in front. Using the rest of the movement to activate his vagary. I've been saving this just for you, Hiei! Tempest style. Sword of the azure sky! His weapon begins to glow, and similar to the same pattern he did before when he was bouncing around in circles, but now turning into a weird wind-like vortex of electricity. He swirls around Hiei, who just looks there with no emotion, striking down onto him with a sudden flash and a crackle of thunder. That's gonna hit. He does 45 points of damage onto Hiei. As you all hear, all of you, even towards the front end, the other end of the Northrill, you all hear a booming sound of thunder and a bright light shining. All of you put your hands up, who's within the base, to block the light from blinding you, as Kai has struck down onto Hiei, who stand there with a large scar in the middle of his chest. Don't make me laugh, boy. You call that a style? Tempest? And that will end Kai's turn. Cal, you're up next. King was holding his turn, waiting for you.
Yes. So I was going to use my action to fill up the rest of that shadow stone.
The spire fills up and completely encompassing your white energy. You know is activated on your side.
I'm gonna say in brain chat, "We got M3, back us up if you can, we're advancing!" And I'll grab Cal's hand and take a step into the fairy ring, which will teleport us 500 feet into their base, hopefully.
So you notice when you zip in is an identical base to the one that you had to yours. In it, you see standing at one of the stone pillars are the two demon dancers. They look like they're trying to heal up and prepare, and they're shocked to see you appear right before them. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys on that map.
I'm going to shoot the Mist Dancer.
All right, go ahead and roll your attacks.
Yes! That is a natural 20!
Natural 20! Roll that damage.
Just got goosebumps, yo.
I'm going to use a second level Divine Smite on this as well. Because I saw that he got away, and I was not trying to let that happen before.
Balance them scales! Balance them scales! Yes, Celeborn. Yes, goddess.
21 points of damage. Describe your killing blow.
Lightning swirls around the barrel of my revolver as it starts to crackle down and through my arm, and then a flash of light comes from my eye as I squint to make sure I have the right shot, and I pull the trigger, and a cannon of light erupts from the end of the revolver, swallowing up the guy in a beam of holy energy, like a foot or two wide, just like a cannon, laser kind of thing. It's not really that; it's just holy energy, but it kind of looks like this giant white laser.
All right, so as the railgun-like effect from your lightning holy energy shoots off to it, it obliterates the Mist Demon Dancer, falling onto the ground, the life escaping from his eyes, and he falls down dead. What else do you want to do on your turn?
Better get out of our way. And that's pretty much all I can do.
All right.
And because the Spirit Guardians don't do anything unless
it's on his turn.
It's on his turn, right?
Yeah, he's back on his. He has to make another save, but now that he's within range again, he will take. He will have to make that save. Mm-hmm. All right. So up next is Ren, who loses her turn, but is going to have to make a wisdom save. All right. Ren is she's stuck and is unable to move, paralyzed in fear from the abilities coming from Hiei. The Storm Dancer gets to go now. He has to make a saving throw. All right, which he succeeds. You see him move over once here. He's going to make an acrobatics check. Natural 20. He jumps over the wall ahead of him, moving over to the side, not coming directly in front of you, jumping over the wall, staying still within your radius of the spiritual animated weapons. He then closes in, jumping down to strike you, Cal.
Bring it on.
That's an 11 for his first attack, which misses.
Ooh.
Okay. His next attack does hit. Alright, so you take 11 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. +4 or whatever, because you're
Yes.
your own radius. 27. You do not take any additional damage as you're able to stave off the lightning. Actually, you would have an advantage on this, but you were succeeded anyway. This is a lightning dancer shooting you with lightning into your body. You have already acclimated to your vagary and are able to push out his lightning with your own, shooting it back forth. He looks at you angrily. That was 2 attacks, so he's going to make his third.
Mm-hmm. Gotta stay grounded, buddy.
23. He does 19 points of damage. For Master Hiei, the true Daimyo of Frostmourne. No, all of Shiverin. And he ends his turn with that. Monako, so you are at the one pillar, so you can either turn it, use your action to turn it and then teleport, but it'll probably be faster if you just simply use your action to run to the next pillar and then dash to get into base.
Yeah, she will be running towards her base to help defend it. just using her action to dash and her full movement, thinking only of stopping Hiei.
All right, you pass by a frozen Ren, recognizing she's in the same case. She kind of just looks at you in fear, unable to speak. Walking past that, focus on Hiei, you enter into the base, so we'll put you now in the base map.
Once she's within, 15 feet of Hiei, she stops and then shouts at him. Hiei! If you had anything, any heart, you would stop and fight us!
He turns and looks at you, not even batting an eye over at Kai, and says, I don't need a fucking heart. And he whispers this, not when I have the power of the demons on my side.
What happened to you?
It's like all his demonic parts begin to glow separate colors, and he smiles that very mischievous, evil smile, all of his fangs and teeth showing. All right, Horatio, you're up.
So DM, just for clarification, when he shot that fireball-like substance at the wall that shattered it, you said that there was a familiarity between that and the chaos energy from...
Deja vu? Yes.
Deja vu. Huh. So I say, he's using chaos energy. And I will proceed to cast Hold Monster on Hiei.
Wisdom save. Alright, the first one was a natural 19. And the second one is 17, so...
Yeah, so it's saved.
So 21.
Ugh. And then he's going to back up and go up the stairs and right here just to have like a better vantage point. And then this turn.
Alright, so you go off and try to hold monster, and you notice, just like with Deja Vu, magic seems to be at a disadvantage against chaotic beasts, and now you realize that Hiei is using chaos magic, something that's the direct opposite of Demon Dance is what they strive for. He's fallen far, indeed. Top of the round, Duran, you're hidden.
Does Duran hear that little bit he says about having about the power of the demons?
He did whisper it, so roll me a perception check. 17. Yeah, you heard that. You heard him whisper it.
Duran lets go of his magnetic blade, and he grabs his longbow, and he reaches into his pack, and he grabs one arrow. He grabs in his hand 2 arrows of demon slaying. He's going to draw his arrow taut, and it's going to come from his hiding spot and fire a shot at Hiei.
Okay. I forgot I even had arrows of demon slaying. So go ahead and make your attack.
Do I get to make that shot at advantage if Hiei doesn't see me before I pop him?
Yeah, he does not notice you. If anything, he thinks it's going to come from your dummy. Unnatural 20 just hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And then the slaying is on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw. They take 60-10 piercing damage on a failed save, or half is the extra much damage on a successful save.
Okay. So knocking your first arrow of demon slaying, you strike, and hearing that he's using demonic powers, you instinctively grab those, release it, it hits him, and he goes, ah, what the fuck is this? And he pulls it out, and you see it start to burn and singe onto his chest area. And he looks up and now clearly notices you, and then does a double take and looks at your dummy and then looks at you. Kind of fucking trick is this? He cracks your arrow, throws it down to the ground.
Duran fires a second one using his second attack feature.
19 unfortunately misses. But you do notice that, yes, the striking him in the body parts that look the most demonic, you hit him in his arm, and it singes like all the way up to where his arm meets his chest, and he looks down in pain at it. Anything else you want to do?
You are a coward, Hiei, and I would expose you to the world, but this ends here. After saying that, Duran is going to hop over, he's going to run a bit, and he's going to use his cunning action to make a stealth check.
Alright, roll me a stealth check. 22, so you are well hidden once again. Hidden behind another corner, you think you are unseen. Up next, King, healing from your dominion. Being face to face with this lightning demon dancer, what do you do?
Can you describe how this Storm Dancer looks damage-wise? I know he healed a little bit, but...
Doesn't look very... He took some damage, like especially... Well, he was not much damage, and then Cal hit him with all those nat 20s in attack, so... Not bloodied, but, still taking some damage. Still pretty healthy.
Still pretty healthy, okay. I'm going to I guess continue dancing in place, and I'll look towards him and say, "This battle's over. We've won this war. Surrender or die." And I'll give him like a hot second, otherwise I'm going to cast a spell.
He flips you the bird.
Okay, and then I'm going to hold Chastafol towards him and cast a guiding bolt at him. No, I won't. I'm going to fine and say, then it is your loss. Freeze, and I'll blow like my hand towards him, and this frigid wind will come over him, and I will cast Frostbite, and he has to make a Constitution saving. So,
okay, that's a failure. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Ugh. But so he's chilled, and this damage slowly cools him off, and he also now has disadvantage on his next melee attack against us. I will then also twirl Chastafol like a baton and summon forth a second spiritual version of it directly behind this guy at just a second level this time, and cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action and try and hit him.
It's a 27. Roll that damage.
And crash into him with 11 force.
Doing 11 more points of damage. Ouch. So you go ahead and blow off your frost misting-like ability. Freezing onto him, you see all the icicle and shards begin to appear on his body as his movement is halted. Using that, Chastafol appears from behind him, striking into his chest, doing an additional damage as he looks hurt. And he just smiles and spits out the blood that appears into his mouth.
That ends my turn.
Alright, Hiei's turn. He looks around and says, I don't have fucking time for this. I have a kingdom to rule. And he begins spinning around, dancing. Cloud Vagary. Sky Step! And he's going to also activate the Sky Step and use a bonus action to dash across. But it's not a disengage, so Kai gets to get an attack, which he will use. Get back here! And he goes and strikes him. Unfortunately, not doing enough. And as he hits nothing but wind, he gets about 10 feet into the air and begins to dash across. And he's going to use his actual action to pump into his spear, Shadow Spear, or Soul Spear, I mean, into your Shadow Stone. Let's see how much of his HP does he use. Alright, so pumping into the Shadow Stone, he ends his turn as you see a black energy start to fill it up, though very tiny. Next up is going to be Kai. No! Stop him! And Kai is going to do the same thing. He's dance around and activate his vagary, shouting out, Sky Step! And he's going to dash and meet him exactly where he was. He has the same exact movement, so. And he's going to, so that was his movement, he uses bonus action to dash, meaning that he can go ahead and attack. First one's a miss. Second one's definitely a miss. And he doesn't have a third one because he uses bonus. So Kai goes off, exhausted from using one of his most powerful vagaries. He's probably used a good chunk of his vagary points. His soul bursts. He goes and strikes, panting, missing his blast. I won't let you get away with this. I won't let you, Hiei. Cow, you're up.
Okay, I see this guy in front of me, and he doesn't seem to be backing down, so I'm going to use the last shot of my working magic pistol before switching over to a regular pistol that I have as well.
27. Nice.
First shot from the magic pistol, 6.
6 damage.
And now I have the rest of my shots coming from my normal pistol.
24. You ain't missing no more. And you didn't repair your other one, right? It's still busted?
No, it's still busted. I didn't get a chance to try to fix it yet.
All right, doing an additional 11 points of damage to the Storm Dancer, who's taking shot after shot. He's bleeding and looks damaged. He just smiles back. All for the Master. Anything else you wish to do?
Yeah, I'll use my bonus action shot.
That's a 12. Does not hit.
Does not
Your last
hit.
shot unfortunately goes wide.
Okay. King, we should start attacking the crystal now. Can I use my Soul Burst Overdrive thing and use 1 to lightning myself 6 spaces, or 30 feet away.
Okay, roll me a d8. 4. All right. So you go ahead and reach in deep inside, pulling from the very essence of your soul, your vagary, and it bursts, and you feel the release of energy, and you go ahead and dash up there. Dash up. First things first, as you do, when you dash there, I need you to make me, at advantage, a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
A trap has been sprung.
And this is a dex save, right?
Yes. Natural 20. God damn it, mammoth.
It's a 27 with my +4 bonus as well.
So passing that, so you notice that the demon dancer didn't go ahead of you. He jumped over the wall and came around. When you went through the pathway that he should have taken, vines come out and go and latch at you. But you're so quick and moving as lightning, you zip past it and it hits nothing, and going back, it furls back into the other end of the wall, resetting itself. You land, striking down with a lightning thunder force ahead, with only inches away, or feet away from their shadow stone. But in doing so, when you're at, you feel a sharp pain in your heart, and you go down into you go down, and then you go down, putting one knee into the ground, and you find yourself to be unable to move, shocked. So for this one, for one turn, you are immobilized.
Oh no. Okay. I mean,
but you are a ranged person and you have a gun, so
yeah.
Lucky you.
And you also need to be within 15 to use the Shadow Spear.
Yeah, so lucky you.
Yeah.
Lucky you with your vagary.
Hey, I wanted to see what would happen if I decided to go into the realm of overclock.
Overburst.
I love it.
Okay.
And that's it.
So, Cow, shooting at the assailant, you're unable to hit him with all of your strikes. Paying attention to the dark shadow stone, that, looking at it, it doesn't even look like your shadow stone, but black. It looks demented, corrupted almost. You see faces and skull-like red hue coming off of this black stone, and you can just feel the negativity coming from it. Blasting forth, overbursting your vagary, you're struck and your soul is damaged, but you make it past the trap that was placed there, landing directly in front of it. You're now just inches away from it, but immobilized. Up next is Ren, who's going to have to try to make another save, and she is struck with fear. You don't know what Hiei did to her, but whatever he did or said is just kept her paralyzed, and her turn is over. Alright, the Storm Dancer, he is going to, since he's outside of your spiritual guardian range, so he no longer gets hit, but worry about that, he is going to use his movement to go the same way he went before. He'll bonus action dash so he can get within range. And with the rest of his movement, he will begin to dance and activate his vagary, similar to that same style that you saw Kai use before. Shooting out from his feet, you see a bolt of lightning coming across. Make a dexterity saving throw. You have disadvantage on it though, so make me a dexterity throw at disadvantage. Damn it. A 19, you're huffing puffing at that? That is a save.
Not this time.
Alright, so you take half damage of 20, so 10 points of damage. I'll apply that. Okay, as you manage to use every ounce of strength you have to jump out of the way and roll as you're just briefly just hit with the lightning attack.
Alright, got me a little bit.
So that was his dancing ability. He still has his actions, not his bonus, since he's at the dash, so he is going to attack with his light crossbow. So putting away his sword, he whips out his light crossbow and gives you one attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gave him the disadvantage, not you. Whoops. So it's not a nat 1. It was supposed to be a 12. 19 versus your AC.
Yeah, I think that definitely hits.
I mean, 6, 17, 18. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and roll damage. Okay, that is 7 points of damage. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw with all your adds and pluses. 11. Okay, so that is a failure. So as you're struck, you're hit with actual poison, not lightning poison. and you take 27 points of poison damage.
Oof.
So you see this lightning dancer, being extremely agile, jump over several portions and parts of the arena, seeming dodging. Looks like he's dodging something, getting into range with you, but not within range of your spiritual guardians. He fires across his demon dancing ability of a lightning strike, grazing you, and then firing with his poison crossbow. He only gets one crossbow attack, so he will end his turn there. All right, Monako, you're up. You are in base. You see Hiei over at your Shadow Stone beginning to corrupt it. What do you do?
That arrow of demon slaying that missed Hiei, did it land anywhere nearby?
Roll me a perception check. You can't tell, unfortunately. With your 5, you're unable to make out where it went. It just disappeared into the bushes.
She sees it whiz by and looks over and sees Hiei run. He does his movements over there. And she will run after him. Realizing that she's too slow to make it all the way, she will use her last spell slot to cast Far Step, moving 60 feet, an additional 60 feet, in order to place herself directly in front of Hiei, and then she will just attempt to wrestle the Shadow Spear from his hands, yelling as she does so, "You can't ignore me!"
Alright, so, roll me a contested grapple check. So roll me a strength check versus his. An 18, okay.
With her -1, she's very much trying.
He rolled a 24. So you go to try to grapple against it, and he snatches back. You're getting slightly cut, not enough to take damage from the spear. He goes, "Off of me, you wench! Must you always be a thorn in my side?
I won't let you do this, Hiei.
The demon dancers are mine! My birthright as a Goren! Not his!" And not looking away from you in the crystal, he points his other hand back, his metallic hand, over at Kai, who's behind him, and then puts it back to his side.
Hiei, please, just stop it!
Alright. Horatio, you're up next.
I have Witch Bolt on him, but I'm going to drop the concentration on that, and I'm going to try to cast Hold Monster on him again.
He rolled a 21, which saves. Fortunately, he is unable to grasp onto him. Same thing, just like as Deja Vu, you attempted the same thing with them, and he's tapping into a dark magic. Not magic, but void magic. Magic of chaos. The energy of chaos. And you see that it's not effective against him.
That's the end of my turn.
Alright, top of the round is Duran. You hiding in the corner, you see that Hiei had cloud danced his way over to your base and is beginning to corrupt your Shadow Stone. What do you do?
So that kind of stone pillar, that stone structure King had put around to protect the stone, it's open on the top, and is it open in the front right now?
No, it's just open in the front. So where Kai right below him, that's a 10-foot entryway.
Okay, can Duran see? I'm gonna have to make a tough decision here.
You can't really see much because you're like below. You'll have to that stuff is going on below, but you have to kind of run up to get a good look. Or cloud dance your way up.
Duran's gonna start running. He's gonna leave the magnetic blade on the ground where it is, and he's gonna start running up with his bow and the arrows in hand, and move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-ish feet around here-ish.
Okay.
And as he runs past Horatio, he's going to let loose 2 more arrows of demon slaying if he can still see Hiei.
Yeah, you can clearly see him past Kai, so you can go ahead and make those attacks. Go ahead and roll your first attack. All right, so a 14 misses.
What I'm going to do at that one, I'm going to use my last lucky die of the day to re-roll that.
All right, go ahead.
And I'm out of luck.
See if fortune favors the brave. Natural 20! Yes! Fortune does favor the brave. Go ahead and roll them damages. 13. Double that arrow. Oh, and then if he fails his constitution check, you double that as well. So let's... Yep, he doesn't get advantage of nothing on it. That's a 6! He fails. So go ahead and roll double that damage. Oh, 78 points of damage. So, legendary action. Hiei gets struck with the arrow, and it hits him square. It looks like it's going to hit him square into the heart. As it strikes his body, you notice that his one demonic arm, the one that he's holding the soul spear in his hand, it begins to shrivel up and become a little weakened, and he goes, "Ah!" And that hand goes limp. And catching the blade with his other hand, he grabs it and still holds it out. And it seems like he himself doesn't look damaged, but his arm, that demonic arm, looks really badly hurt. He's like, You son of a bitch! I will have all of your throats! I will sacrifice them all!
You will have nothing but a trip to the grave, monster, Duran says as he knocks a normal arrow.
Alright, go ahead and make your next attack. 12 unfortunately misses. This arrow goes by, hitting the wall in the back.
And now Duran is going to use his bonus action to perform the dash action to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, back down to where his magnetic blade is, which he will retrieve next turn.
Okay. So Duran, you run up there, knocking one of your demonic arrows. It looks like it's gonna miss, and a wind blows, you're not sure, but it changes the trajectory, hitting Hiei directly in his chest. You then see him use the energy from his demonic hand. It begins to shrivel up and get smaller and fall limp as he grabs the shadow spear with the next one. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. He looks back, locking eyes with you, but you quickly jump down out of his vision, going to pick up the magnetic blade that you had dropped. Good job. Up next, King, healing from your dominion. What do? You see your ally is in battle with another enemy, Storm Dancer.
I am going to see this situation and realize that I cannot continue to dance, so I'm going to jump on Chassifold and start flying this way and moving Spiritual Weapon Chassifold. And we are going to move up the center flying. I can move it 20 feet just to hit him. And I'll make this spiritual weapon attack as I'm flying up and ascending.
What's the
20 feet?
20 feet. So as you see, there's staircase. They're about 20. It's about like a 10-foot up. So Chatsiful won't be able to get him because he's
okay. So then it will be in range for next time. But on Chatsiful itself, I have 50 feet of movement, so I can fly up and fly past. Mm-hmm. If he wants to take an opportunity attack, that's fine. He would have disadvantage on melee attack from my frost.
He'll go for it. He has no other use for his reaction. Okay, so that's an 11, which misses.
Okay, so I'll zip past him and have just enough range to get next to Cal, and I will stick my hand into the floral front of Chatsifold and pull out 4 sunflower seeds and give it to him, and use 4 charges, bringing me up to 9, and that is Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Okay, 27 points of healing back to Cal as you heal him up from all the damage he had taken from the turn prior.
Oh, thank you, King.
That is my movement, action, and bonus, so I'm done.
Alright, so using Chatsiful to get it into position, you go fly up, dodging the attack from the Storm Dancer, healing up Cal. Up next, Hiei. Well then, if you all want to have a party, then let's have some fun. His tail will begin to shake, and he's going to use his movement to activate his Deeming Dancing Vagary. You see him start to spin around in a strange movement. It's chaotic. You don't know what beat he's moving on, what steps he's making. Everything seems to be wild. And as he does so, this black-red energy begins to emanate from him. Chaotic dancing. Maddening darkness. And when he does, he releases this red haze that poofs in a 30-foot radius around him. And all of you are engulfed in magical darkness. So you are unable to see unless you can see in magical darkness. And you see Kai going, What is this, huh? And Horatio goes over to you, and Monako covers over you as well, and you're just all in this red darkness. You see lightning striking within to it. And you'll find out what happens more when it becomes your turn. So that was his vagary action. He's now going to use the rest to pump some more do more and more damage to himself, but pump more into the Shadow Stone. Okay, not that much. It begins to fill up. The bottom portion of it at this point has been filled, but you can see there's several more ticks it needs in order to be complete. And he ends his turn. Kai is up next. Kai cannot see. At the start of his turn, he has to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, 21. Words are whispered into his head, and he's like, Get out! Get out of my head! I said get out! Ugh! Where are you, Hiei? Where are you? And he's gonna go and just make a blind attack. So at disadvantage, he rolled the same number. 19 twice, which unfortunately does not hit Hiei's AC. So he strikes forth, missing his first attack. He's just gonna blow all of his attacks at this point at disadvantage. And misses. So with all of his strikes, he just hits nothing but air, and all of you hear is just laughter. You think that it's near you, but you realize there's nothing next to you. You hear and Kai will end his turn just slashing out into nothingness. Cal, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to use my action to throw a hit die into the other thing, the other stone, Shadow Stone.
All right, go ahead and roll that hit die.
Well, I gave it a shot. I rolled a 1.
So take 1 damage and just a little smidges of their strange amorphous shadow stone that has the skulls of ghost, or you don't know what it is, this ethereal essence onto it, and you just hear oh. It's definitely been tainted by dark chaotic energy.
Oh, this is weird. Where's that guy? And then I'm gonna use my bonus to shoot at him with my normal revolver.
Sure.
All right.
Still feeling the effects of your soul burst, you are still able to hit with your shot, striking the demon dancer on the other end. Go ahead and roll your damage.
And I'm also going to unleash some divine smite as I do this.
Go right ahead. All right, so shouting out your energy, you're not unable to connect with your vitality to shoot it off through your shadow spear. Unfortunately, it does not give as much as you would want, and you looking back, you just use the rest of your action to fire at this lightning dancer, and it strikes him, even though you're still feeling the effects of your soul overburst. And at this point, the energy from it starts to dissipate, and your labored breathing becomes lighter again, and you are once again back to normal, no longer feeling the effects of the restraint. You can soul burst again, but you do feel that you've torn into something, and that you'll just rip the tear even more if you try it again. Mm-hmm. All right, so up next is Ren. Is she going to finally be able to break free? Let's see. Ren rolls a natural 1. Ren is just like,
You could have just as easily said 20. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just like, she'll break free now. She has a cool bakery, but she's stuck, unable to move. All right, so up next is the Storm Dancer, who's going to move across to the left, ignoring Chastifold. Seeing that you're in a straight line, he's going to once again form his vagary attack and shoot another lightning bolt at the two of you. So I need the both of you to make dexterity saving throws. All right, King, that is a success. 25, you both pass. So you take half of 25, 12. So I'll apply it. So you both take 12 points of lightning damage as you manage to just jump out the way. Next, he will use his one action, his one shot to shoot at King because you're right there. All right, that's a 24 versus your AC, King. You take 8 points of damage, and I need you to make Constitution saving throw. Plus 4.
Kalambor.
20. Are shot and the poison begins to go into you, but you're able to stave it off using the holy powers of your goddesses and the god Kellenbor.
My pantheon protects me.
He's not going to move. He's just going to end this turn right there to try to keep striking you from afar. Seems to be working. Monako, you're up. You're in this magical darkness. Start your turn, please make a wisdom saving throw. As the voice of Hiei cackles into your ear, spitting a whole bunch of infernal nonsense. 8. Okay, so you take 16 points of psychic damage as his words, you hear, "You are nothing. I abandon you. You're a loser. You're not even a Goren. You're worthless." And all the words attacks your very soul.
No. I won't let you just walk all over us. Not again, Hiei. And she will use a bonus action to borrow an experience from the soul she has trapped in the cage to give herself advantage on her next ability check. And she will once again attempt to wrestle the shadow spear from him.
Okay. Looking at you, goes, "What? You can see me!" Go ahead and roll me a contested strength check.
And this time she will use Dark One's blessing, Dark One's own luck to give herself a D10 on that, calling up into the strength of her patron to assist her.
All right. So a 23. Let's see. It's possible, but I have to roll extremely high for Hiei to be able to beat that. So let's see. And he roll a nat 1. God damn it. So you grab on to the spear that he's holding, using it to corrupt your stone. You manage to summon the power of your patron, and the both of you grab on, and you look at Hiei, who looks shocked, like, what the fuck? And you pull from him his spear, and it's now into your hand. And he looks pissed. His eyes shoots away from the actual crystal to look directly at you.
Her eyes meet with his in the darkness, and she will start running away.
Alright, Hiei is going to make an attack against you.
Yeah, I figured.
So he pulls out from his back a humongous sword, like a thicker sword, whereas like Ren's was long, his is thick. Think like Cloud Strife versus Sephiroth. And this large sword comes down and strikes onto you. Let's see. And that is a 25 versus your AC.
Which hits?
34 points of combination of slashing and psychic damage.
Ah!
As you still hear his words cackling into your ear, you run across, but you're taking that damage, you continue to move, so place yourself where you'd like to go. So, Horatio, you feel the bumping of Minako on top of you in the darkness.
Minako, is that you?
Run! I have a spear.
You have his... Hand it to me.
What? Okay. And she goes right to you and passes it, being able to see you in the darkness.
Okay. So I would say with the free action, you're able to hand her off, and you can grab it easily, Horatio, as she places it into your hand.
All right.
So, up next is Horatio.
I'll be back. And he dimension doors 500 feet away. My heart is pumping, by the way, right now.
So you dimension door out into the middle of the main map, sort of towards close to the waters.
And is the mist still there?
No, the mist is gone.
The mist is gone?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
All right. So you are off of this map. That was your action. So you basically, nothing else you can do, since you can use your movement at this point to get up at least towards the foot of the next base, or wherever you like to go. You still have your movement.
I would actually try to kind of get behind a tree or something, just out of view, to wait a bit, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. So taking his spear, you teleport out the way. You dimension door, falling into an arcane hole. Back into the middle of the stage, you keep his spear intact, hiding into a bush. Roll me a stealth check. Natural 1, so 4. You think you're hidden, but your arm is sticking out and all that. The spear is sticking out.
Yeah.
But you end your turn. All right. So Duran, you're up next. You see everyone disappear into this strange red and black smoke with lightning striking inside. Duran?
Duran is able to picks up his magnetic blade and looks back over his shoulder at the huge swirling dark chaotic energy. And he does not know what to do. Wizard Horatio, Minako, I can't see anyone. What's going on?
It's Hiei's vagary. You have to be careful. I took his spear from him. But he's angry.
There's no way I can fight him in there. Is there any way we can pull him out?
Kai goes, I could try. If I can find him, I know he's near.
Duran is going to move his decoy, plant it, and then he's going to I don't know if it takes an action to pick up his blade. He's just going to grab his blade and then move and then hide again.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
He's going to kind of hide around here, crouch down, waiting for an opportunity to sucker punch Hiei.
All right. Horatio, roll me a wisdom saving throw. I forgot to do that for you.
Oh, yeah, I was in the thing. Can I use my inspiration? And that's a D8, right? Ugh.
That is still a failure. So you take 24 points of psychic damage, as you also had heard the whispers. Duran, you are easily blended in and hidden within the corners of your base with your 29. So, up next is King. What do you do?
Okay, I have 2 natural points of my Demon Dancer ability left, but 3 total. So what I would like to do is use those 2 and then Soul Burst 2 more, so it's effectively 4, or what I think, I don't know. And try and dig deep and start a even stronger Royal Dominion waltz.
Yeah, you can. So you have a maximum of 4 overbursts. So you can. Yeah, I would allow that. I actually never thought about that, but I'll put that in there. You can, but you will have to roll 2 d8s and then take the hit from each one. And then, as if it was the first overburst, and then the second one will be count on the level 2, which has its own chart. Just to let you know. So if you are fine with that, then yes, you can go ahead and do that. So you will increase your dancing for...
Sure. You know what? Gotta play big. Let's see.
Alright, a 2 on both of these. Okay.
I believe when it's first activated, it also works for the first time for those in range.
Yes, correct. So go ahead and apply that healing that you do. So you go ahead and start your dancing, and you reach in deep inside, channeling all the energy and then some, and releasing into your Dominion. Your Dominion stretches out, and the entire terrain seems to turn and become ripply as you and Cal are just embraced with holy energy of healing. But after the strike is done, you immediately fall to the ground. You're not unconscious, but you are prone and lethargic, meaning that your next turn will be completely skipped. But your demon dancing, because you use it, your dancing will still be there, so you won't force you to turn it off. But you are prone and lethargic.
And then I'll look away from him and look towards the orb and pull and use my own shadow spear and put my energy into it.
-1 HP.
We'll get there eventually, King.
Alright, Hiei's turn. Hiei looks angry and looks around, looks down to the ground, and says, picks up the other shadow spear that the other Demon Dancer that died on the exact same spot that he's at right now, and begins using that. He's not going to continue his vagary, because he's really angry at what you did. He drops it, the magical darkness disappears, and instead he's going to use his movement to activate a different vagary. And then you see as the red shadows disappear, and you can see in Monako, you look up past the wall and see that he's holding yet another shadow spear, one that was dropped by the other dancer that was killed right beneath his feet. And he's going to activate his next vagary. He goes, and then you see his horns that look more demonic than tiefling begin to spark up. You think you're the only one who knows more than one vagary? Well, others are born with it. I learn, adapt, and embrace the power of chaos, and this is what it's able to bring me. Chaotic dancing. Strike of the Thunder God. And you hear... None of you are close enough except for Kai. 10, 15, and you're behind shielding Monako, so you're not hit by this. But a rumbling sound is heard coming from Hiei, and he just releases a thrust or a shockwave that blasts back everyone, in this case just Kai, 20 feet, not doing any damage though. Taken by surprise, he is thrust off the ledge onto the ground prone, falling about 10 feet, so only taking 5 points of fall damage. He fell pretty hard, it seems, onto his back. He's like, this Northrill is mine! And now you all can witness, now that it went down, that the crystal is about halfway full. And he ends his turn. Kai's up. Not if I have anything to say about this! And he's gonna get up. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna roll an acrobatics check. Ooh, 21. To get back to where he was, he's going to... he's just gonna go ahead and strike Hiei. Alright, that's a 21, which hits. Doing 14 points of damage. He'll strike again. That's a 20, which hits. 17 additional points of damage. And he's just going to bonus action attack. And that's a 14, which misses. So Kai goes and says, "Stop this! I won't give you Frostmore! I won't give you the Daimyo ship! Die, Hiei!" And he continues to strike at him, and they begin to go into a dance, a tango of swordplay. Cal, you're up next. Taking 10 points of healing from King's massive royal dominion. What do you do?
I'm going to use a hit die to try to take over the Shadow Stone again as my action.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
2. So you've done a total of 2, 4, 5 so far.
Yeah.
Between the two of you.
I'm going to use my bonus to attack the guy, though.
Okay. Roll that attack. Alright, that's a 13, which misses.
Alright. And I'm going to stay where I am at.
You can also move back or so if you want to get him into the range of your spiritual guardians, because it's currently not.
Oh, I could do that.
But as long as you're within 15 feet of it, you can use your shadow sphere.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll do that.
Okay. Alright. So, adjusting yourselves to get him into the range of your aura, you step back and fire a shot, unfortunately unable to hit him. You can soul burst if you want, though.
No, I'm not going to soul burst.
Okay. Ren! She actually rolled high enough. She rolled a natural 12, which brings her over the number that she needs. She's going to use her full movement to make it back here and see what's happening. She's going to dash. It's the only way she can get close enough. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. And that's her action. And then she's going to bonus action, dash again. Past Duran. Here, I will not let you succeed. You'll face me now. Kai, I have your back. Let's do this. The crystal is almost full. We have to stop him now. And she will end her turn getting up there. Storm Dancer's turn. He takes that. He'll roll that save. Natural 1. He will take damage. 8 points of damage as he's bombarded by the guardians. He's looking really rough, but he doesn't seem to want to leave this place. So he's going to, at this point, I guess, because you got the Spirit Scars on him, he's just going to run up to you, Cal, and just make his attack. First attack with his sword. It's 14 versus your AC.
Goddess, no! Miliki intervenes or Nyx's blankets covers him, and I'm going to use 2 of my sorcery points to roll a d4 and reduce that attack by 1!
That's all it needed.
Oh, yay!
I have a 14 AC, so that worked perfectly.
He goes ahead and attacks and misses as you're on the ground, lethargic. I don't even take any your actions, but you're able to pray, and in doing so, shifting his blade, it moves ever so slightly so Cal can jump out the way. He's going to take his next attack.
Yeah,
that's
hits.
15. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. All right, 23 passes. Okay, so it's attack 1, 2, and finally bonus action attack. 23.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
All right, so you take 12 points of damage as he strikes down to you. You're able to stave off his lightning damage once again, and it does not go into underneath your skin. And he's looking really hurt. Probably another hit. Ish, and he'll be dead. A good strong hit looks like we'll knock him over. And he ends his turn. Manako, you're up next. I'm going to apply some extra damage to Hiei for your spiritual guardians, because I did not do that before, as they had hit him before. Okay. But go ahead and take your turn.
Once he picked up the second spear and started just draining it anyway, Manako looked like she lost a lot of hope. But hearing everyone rallying together, she does her part and begins to take a second to try to reach into her heart to get away from all the hate, so she can touch the love that she will need in order to be able to execute her dance. And she begins to execute her stone vagary dance, and spending 25 feet of movement to do so, and the last of her 3 soul bursts to engulf him in the Diamond's Crush, Stone Dance Vagary.
Okay. Peering underneath his feet, you see the rocks and stones. Even though you're not in a earthen structure, the stones still bend towards your will, lash up, and with its shards grab onto his feet. He says, "What the fuck is this? Ah! Monako!" And he turns around, locking eyes with you as you're dancing around, waltzing.
You'll have to kill me to stop! And then she will spend a bonus action to borrow an experience from the soul she has in her pocket, remembering its training as she attempts to use that to help her shoot at it with her Eldritch Blast.
Alright, go ahead and roll those attacks. 16 unfortunately misses. 18 misses. 15 misses.
Dancing and letting loose a salvo, she fails in every instance. The fear in her heart getting to her more than anything. And when the salvo finishes and Hiei is unharmed, the look on her face is one of expecting dread, but she will continue her dance.
You fire off your volley, and it hits, and you see it look like it's about to strike Hiei. Like you just like releasing one after another until smoke appears, and as the dust settles, you see Hiei just standing there with a smile on his face, unscathed. Weak. That's why I discarded you. Alright, so up next, Horatio. So you have no idea. You think you've teleported away and it's safe, and you have the only means that he can use in order to corrupt it.
Can I see where King and Cal are?
Roll me a perception check. You're quite far away, but you might be able to see them in the distance. 13. You can't really make out where they are. You can definitely see there's something going on, some commotion happening inside the base.
And that's good enough for me. I'm going to cast Arcane Gate. And a circle of, like, some mist appears right in front of me. And another one appears right at the entrance of the gate. And I just walk through, and I'm right in front of the gate of where King and Cal are.
Okay. So, how far can it can go? 500 feet?
It can go 500 feet. I'm holding concentration on it. It serves as a doorway that's there.
Okay, so appearing on, I would say you appear right next to them. You see, in between King and Cal is describe how your doorway looks, like your specific doorway.
So it would just be, since the spell says that it's like just an oval mist-like ring that appears, and I can see where I'm stepping into, but from that side looking at the ring, they just see a mist.
Alright, so coming from this mist, you guys witness your ally and friend, Horatio, holding 2 shadow spears.
You see me, like, laying on the ground in, like, this, like, a locked-up pose, and you feel this mist energy of healing wave emanate as you enter my domain.
Okay, so you get applied into King's dominion.
I don't have any bonus actions. I was looking to see if I had a healing potion, but it doesn't seem that I do. I can't bonus action anything, so that is my turn.
Alright, so coming forth and receiving the healing blessings, you enter. This is actually getting pretty crucial. So now the 3 of you are there versus the 1 of him. Let's see what happens who reaches the end, because Hiei is just bent and just using as much HP as he can to turn your stone. But will he be stopped by Duran, who's up next?
When Duran sees the barrier go down and the waves of chaotic distortion disappear, he takes his hand off the magnetic blade and grabs a bow and arrow again and runs over. And he's going to try to hop over this little barricade here in front of him.
Go roll me an acrobatics check. 13. You fumble a little bit, but you're able to make it over. Use a little bit more of your movement than you would like, probably an extra 10 feet, but you're able to make it across.
Duran kind of slides over instead of jumps over, and as he's falling down, he pulls the arrow out, and he fires one of the last 2 arrows of demon slaying at Hiei's back.
All right, roll that attack at advantage because he is restrained. All right, 24 hits. He will make that Constitution saving throw. All right, that's a 21.
Awesome. So he takes half damage,
Okay.
which is this much.
All right, 9 points of damage. I'll apply that.
And he's going to forgo his second attack action and his bonus action and use 1 combat superiority die to yell, "Kai, now!" and give Kai 1 attack action.
All right. So Kai will go, got it! Ah! And he will go and attack. He gets advantage because he is restrained. So that is a 21, not a natural 20, but he gets to attack nonetheless. And he just gets one. Is it just one attack? One attack? Is that all it is?
One melee attack. It's not a whole attack action. It's just an attack.
Damage is damage. So he'll go ahead and apply that. Doing, I hate when I miss the box. 16 points of damage to Hiei. All right. Anything else you wish to do this turn?
That's everything Duran can do other than land on the ground over here.
All right. So sliding over the wall, you face up, shooting off your demonic slaying arrows, hitting Hiei. You hear ah, but he's able to save from the Constitution saving throw, push it back, and only takes half damage. Kai, using your instructions, he goes and strikes, attacking more of Hiei. And Hiei doesn't look very damaged, but he took a shit ton of damage so far. He's definitely bloodied. King, so you heal from your Dominion, but unfortunately you're lethargic, so you lose this entire turn. Hiei is up. He is restrained. He will move out, taking 2d6 of damage of it. So he takes 7 more points. He's no longer restrained, but he'll just have to use his action just to pump out. And he's going to just use another hit die. Ooh, massive. So it looks about, you see another quarter of it begin to get filled. So now it's more than halfway filled, and there's only about like a small chunk at the top left. He could possibly get it on the next one, or it might take him 2. You're not sure. And he will also be bombarded. Well, let's see. 5, 10, 15. He's just outside your spiritual guardian range. Just outside of it. It's a 15-foot radius. Alright, next up will be Kai. Kai's going to attempt to do what Monako did and strength it out of his hand, seeing that it's almost full, knowing that any damage, unless he could do like a lot of damage in one turn, and he's going to attempt to do a strength check. So let's see. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Let's roll for Hiei. Alright, and Hiei got natural 20. So Kai goes and says, "I won't let you, Hiei! Give me this!" And he goes to grab onto the spear. Hiei goes, "Weakling, get off of me!" Pushes him back and continues thrusting back his power. It was a 19 versus a 24. That was his action. Bonus action, he'll just go ahead and he'll use his movement to activate his vagary. So, fine! Tempest Vagary! Activate! And once again, he goes into that lightning tornado formation, spinning around Hiei, striking at him. Let's see if he hits. Alright, 22 hits. He's going to do 26 points of damage, and when he ends, you see him panting. I'm out of a soul burst. Guys, we have to stop him. And he takes 26 points of damage, Hiei. And Kai will end his turn. Cal, receiving the regeneration, what do you do?
I'm going to use my action to roll another d10. Oh
2.
My gosh. I'll use my bonus to shoot the Stone Dancer.
Alright. 26 roll damage. 11 points of damage. He is looking really rough. Really rough.
And I'm going to stay where I'm at. Continuing. I'm still doing my dance, but I'm not using it at the moment. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. So you go, letting off a little bit more energy. You just can't seem to connect with your Shadow Spear. You hit the Storm Dancer from behind you, striking him directly into the chest. Up next is Ren, who is going to run up and try to wrestle it out of Hiei's hands. I mean, she's actually pretty strong too. They have the same strength. I'll leave it up to you. Do you want her to try to pull it off of him? There's only one other shadow spear that's on the ground somewhere in here, but it's not near him. It's where the other one died. So you can I can have Ren wrestle away from him, or just use her 3 attacks to attack him. What would you like Ren to do?
Get it, Ren! We have to stop him!
So Ren will try to grab using her action, contested grapple. Natural 1! Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh my god. Alright, now I'm gonna roll. They have the same exact one, so if it matches, then I know it still goes to Hiei, but I'll have him roll.
No, we understand, Dungeon Master. The tide has turned.
Hiei has 20, so he's able to thrust back. Off of me, Ren, you traitor! Nobody have to stop him. Hiei, I will not let you rule the demon dances. You will not take over force more. And she'll end her turn. Storm Dancer has to make a saving throw, and he does with a 20. So that's 9 halved to 5, or is it 4? 4. It rounds down. So that's 4 damage. Leaving him alive, he's going to go make a strike against you. 15 versus your AC, unless somebody wants to jump in.
I'll use my last 2 sorcery points to call upon the Blanket of Nyx to shield my ally and reduce his attack by 3! I think that's enough. Yeah.
That's enough. Right, so he will go and attack again with his second attack.
Weakly, I raise my hand from the ground in a prone position towards Cal as I see this strike coming in, and a flower blooms and blocks the attack, acting as a shield.
Alright. He makes his second strike. Natural 1. With this slash, the animated guardians get into his way, knocking into his hand. You see his sword fall into the ground. He technically can't take part of his action to pick it up, so he will end with a punch, which is a 12. He goes to thrust you with a punch after dropping his sword, but you easily dodge out the way, and he stumbles before you, ending his turn. Manako, you're up next.
No, Hiei, you can't. And she'll run up and join the other tieflings trying to wrestle the spear from his hand. This time, once again bolstering herself with the experience from the soul she stole, giving herself advantage on the ability check.
Alright, so you move on up towards Hiei and assist with grabbing it from him. He sees all these people yanking at him. They're all like trying to get the spear, and he's like, get off of me! Get the fuck off of me! Oh, not you too, Manako! Go ahead and roll your... 19. Nice. If only crits mattered in a ability check. Okay, Hiei also rolled a 19. So since he's the defender, he automatically succeeds.
Okay, well, that is that, I suppose.
All right. So you go to grab. All of you are grabbing from Hiei left and right. It's that his highest stat is strength. So, and he's able to use his demonic strength to rip apart from them. Horatio, you are received the healing from King's Royal Dominion. And you see that the Storm Dancer behind you is on his last legs, and also the crystals in front of you. What do you do?
I look at him, at the Stone Dancers. I offer you the same opportunity as I did your ally. Surrender and you will live.
He spits at you.
Horatio has this somber look on his face. He moves his hand towards the Stone Dancer and releases a magic missile.
Alright. Describe your killing blow. You only have 2 HP.
He would only shoot one bolt. He wouldn't do all 4.
Yeah.
Overkill. But he would only shoot one bolt and straight into his chest, to just put a stop to his heart, do it as quickly as possible.
Okay, you aim directly at his chest, using the force damage, stopping it. He falls down to the ground, blood coming out of his mouth, and he falls down dead. So that is your action.
Yeah, so I just take the spear and I get ready for the next go around to start contributing.
Alright. Defeating your foe with your magic missile, you then prepare to continue to pump as much health you can into this Shadow Stone. Top of the round, Duran, do you join in this hodgepodge of hot potato with the spear?
No, it doesn't look like he doesn't think he's gonna be able to wrestle the spear from his hand. He had when they were walking with with him early down the hallway, the one time to Kaijin, where Kaijin was resting in his bed, he knows that Hiei is far stronger than him physically from when he analyzed their strengths versus each other. Duran, seeing this moment of desperation, is going to just dig deep, and he's just going to hope deep in his heart that somehow, some way, something, some spirit or force of this world can look at the situation and know that they're just and know that they need their help. Duran is going to reach into his pack, and he's going to grab in his hand the flask he had with the Heaven's Dew water, and he's going to try to run in and smash into Hiei's face as part of an improvised melee attack.
Okay. Roll an attack. An 11. So you have him surrounded, so go ahead and roll one more time and hope that you hit his AC. And you do not. So you run up this time and...
Elven advantage?
Elven advantage. Go ahead and roll one more time. The fates have it. You roll 3 times.
Infinity.
Infinity. Sideways.
I really wanted to see that.
I tried. You got your 3 attacks. He has an AC of 20.
No, because no, I can't, because after he swings and misses, he carries through with the momentum since it's an attack, and he's gonna pull Firethorn unlit and try for 2 more physical attacks, and that's all he can do.
So you have advantage on all these swings.
All 2.
So go ahead and make your first strike at advantage. 25, that hits. So roll that unlit Firethorn. 10 points of damage to Hiei.
Plus 2d6 sneak attack.
Plus 2d6 sneak attack, indeed. 9 extra points
and
of damage.
Got 1 more attack left in him with his bonus action, and this is all he's got.
That's a 15, which misses. Oh, 1 more attack. Because you are elven accuracy. No, it's 11.
Aha, does a 2 connect?
Unfortunately, that misses. He is just being bombarded by grabs and attacks from all around him, and he just thrusts all of you off of him. Get off of me! And with that, you end your turn, Duran?
Alas, that is the end of Duran's turn.
Okay. Unable to hit him with the Heaven's Dew. Probably would have did some damage, but not able to hit him with the strike as he ducks out the way. You go ahead and slash at him, hitting once, but then he manages to dodge the other, and he is surrounded, and he looks around him. King, getting healed from your dominion, 14 points of damage. What do you do next? You are alone. Well, 3 of you. Alone from enemies.
Okay, I see what you mean. I stand up and pull out my Soul Spire and start channeling my energy towards the crystal. Follow 2. And I'm gonna say over the brain chat, we've cleared their base, we're filling their crystal. We're about... How far did you say, DM?
So you are 11 points out of that much, so you're about a quarter of the way in.
I'll say we're about a quarter of the way in. Could you just give us like 3 more rounds, guys? And
I mean, with all of you doing it, you may be able to reach him before he does if you roll high enough.
we don't get to add our con modifier to these rolls. Nothing.
No, if so, he would have been reached.
I move 5 feet and continue to dance and maintain my soul burst vagary to heal up my allies. Seeing as there's no one else around and there's nothing else to do, I will end my turn and pass turn to Hiei.
Because you're all around him and he has his movement, Hiei will activate his vagary. You all are thorns in my sides! And he starts to do the same dance steps that he did before, the same chaotic steps. And he goes, chaotic vagary! Strike of the thunder god! And his tail begins to light up with lightning and shoot down to his feet. As he steps, you all are pushed back 20 feet from where you are, away from him. Not taking any damage, it's just a movement vagary that you cannot save from. So, Duran, you're pushed to the back here. Manaka, you go nowhere because your back is against the crystal, so the crystal actually slams up against your back. Doesn't do any damage. But Ren falls down off the ledge, and she superhero lands, flipping backwards onto the ground, stepping up, looking over the ledge. And he's gonna go ahead. Let's see. If he rolls high, he can win it now. If not, then you guys have more turns. Alright. Hiei goes, "This is my victory! I will reign supreme! Frostmourne is mine!" And he lets go. One last thrust from his spear. Literally the exact number he needed. It raised up, tops off, and immediately you'll hear... Bum, bum. And Kai yells out, "No! No!" You hear Ren shout out, "No, this can't be. I reign supreme. By the name of Goren, I claim supremacy. I am the Daimyo. The demon dancers are mine." And with that declaration, we will end tonight's session.